Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I have a different type of video. It's not a new video to me and not a new type of video, but I'm not always consistent about it. I tend to do it on pre-orders that I'm planning on going into. At least I started doing that maybe with the previous Teddy Bees order, and it helps me, digest the list and really think about what I want to order. If you've been watching my channel from the beginning of the year or my monthly check-ins, I've been on a journey trying to do a low buy. I know that I'm not a no buy type of person. I can do moderation, and I think I've been pretty good at buying. If you've watched recent hauls of mine, I'm sticking to like under 10, right? And so I think I'm pretty good at moderation, but I wanted to do this for myself. So when I look at this again, maybe 6 weeks from now, or when I get that haul, when I get this pre-order in a month or 6 weeks from now, I will remember why I decided to get something or not get something, especially as I start watching hauls, because I do enjoy watching haul videos, and I don't want to have the FOMO, and I want to be able to think, okay, this was your logic. But I also think it's very beneficial for you as a viewer if you have similar scent preferences than I do. This might be helpful in figuring out what you might want to order for the pre-order. Or if you have an opposite nose to me, sometimes that helps too, because maybe why I may not pick something would be a reason why you would. So that's also helpful as well. Of course, we had the live last Friday Night Live with Travis himself, and he goes over them as well. I'm just giving you my scent and my thought process, what I'm picking up as I smell along, and why I choose what I choose, if that makes sense. What else was I going to say? I'm going to be looking down a little bit because I have my iPad down here with the notes, with the blends that he's offering August 2nd. So on Friday, which when this video goes up, it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow, I forget the time, but I'll link the Facebook and I'll put the time in the description box or here on the screen somewhere. But I know it is Friday, April 2nd is the pre-order. And we're getting into fall, and I love fall. And the other thing I was going to say is I don't always do this for all vendors. It's not a favoritism thing or anything like that. It's just I'm trying to be good, so I'm trying not to buy all the time. But I have been doing it for orders that I have been buying that haven't been spur of the moment weaknesses, like maybe 2 recent hauls. But otherwise, I'm trying to do this regularly for pre-orders that go up that I'm planning on purchasing from. So that's just a little side note there. But if you're interested in hearing what I'm planning on getting from the Knowles Farm Scents August 2nd pre-order, then stick around. All right, so I took out my drawer. Like I have a drawer and a half of Knowles, and I went through the list, and here we go. So the first thing on his list is Autumn on the Farm. It's pumpkin, cinnamon, clove, fir, and cedarwood. So I do have 3 cubes. I have 3 cubes from last year, and so this is from, I think this was from August or September of last year when I first started buying from Knowles. So they came in these smaller bags. I have a couple of them. So he's changed it. So now they're brittles. Let me show you. Now the 2 sizes are actually something that looks like this, like a brittle, which versus his chunks. Well, you'll see me show chunks, but this is the size now. It's the same size. It's just a different form. And I like these brittles. They're very easy to store. And I forget, these are about 5 ounces. And the bags these smaller bags were 3.5. So the sizes are different. But his chunks, I think these are the same. Yeah, so these are, if you've been purchasing earlier in the year before he changed to brittles, it's the same size as these. And then loaves, I believe those are the 2 sizes. But I have one from last year, Autumn on the Farm. Sorry if I'm talking too much. This, I get the clove, which I really do enjoy. I get the clove The fir in here is just a hint. It's not a tree scent necessarily, but I think it adds an earthiness. This to me is a very earthy note because of the clove and the fir and the cedar wood. It's warm. I pick up, and again, this bag is from last year, I'm picking up more of the clove, the fir, and the cedar wood more than I am the cinnamon. There is pumpkin in here, but for me, the pumpkin is not the dominant note necessarily. So this one is a good one. I haven't decided if I'm going to pick up another one. Haven't decided, but I do like the scent, and I've been kind of hoarding this last bit of it. Beach Evenings. So that one's, I'll put this in my maybe pile. Not sure. Beach Evenings. This I've talked about a lot. I mean, it's his version of like a beach nights type of scent. This, I was glad it was on the list because I was hoping it'd be on the list because this is my last bag and I need more. It was in my top 10. It was in my top 10 favorite scents of a vendor. So I don't know what else to tell you than that. It's a strong performer for me. And every home is going to be different, but this one really performs for me like days. It's beautiful. Probably one of my favorite beach nights type of scent. So I'm going to pick up another one. Then the next one on there is Been There, Dunked That. It's espresso, yourself, almond macaron, and pretzel. It's a new blend, so I don't know what that smells like. I'm thinking I'm going to skip it, even though I love the idea of the almond macaron. Only reason I personally am going to skip it is because I have a lot of coffee scents, and he's got another coffee scent on this list. I have a lot of coffee scents, and I find that I don't warm them all the time, maybe twice a month on a Saturday or Sunday, and I have a lot already. So because I'm still trying to be good and trying to keep my order small, I mean, my pre-list before I started filming, I think I had 12 things that I wanted to get, and so I'm trying to shrink it more, but I do enjoy his espresso, and this one sounds really good, and it's got pretzel. So but I'm going to skip it. Caramel pumpkin cake. It's caramel pumpkin cake batter, pecan, and vanilla. This one sounds really good. And I think for those of you, I don't remember, did Courtney might have had, someone on the live had this one. I think it was Courtney. And I don't have this one. Only reason I'm skipping it is because if you know me, you know that I do not go through lows very quickly, and I have a number of fall Knowles loaves scents. So that is the only reason I personally am not going into it. Again, this is me, my own personal, mental, like, how am I going to keep this to a reasonable size? But like, I have another one here. It's not offered, but it's spiced buttercream delight. It's pumpkin, brown sugar, buttercream. So it's another pumpkin bakery scent. And I have a loaf of this. We'll get to the pumpkin pie pound cake that I have a loaf of. So for that reason, I think I might have another loaf of something else. I'm going to skip it, although I have no doubt it's fantastic. Campfire Confection. This is sugar cookie dough bread, campfire marshmallows. So during the live, I brought out my bag. I had purchased 2, and then later I went and asked for a loaf. So Campfire Confection, I purchased 2. I used 1, and then last night I was organizing my wax, trying to get my August melting basket ready, and I kind of did a different process. So you can see that video later. I think I'll put it up on Saturday, but I was going through there and I see that I have a loaf and a bag left. And I'm like, I have a loaf of this? So sure enough, I have a loaf of this. I have a loaf of this, so I don't need to get more. But if I did not have a loaf, I'm telling you, I got a loaf because I love this scent so much. I had 2 bags and then got a loaf, went in and got a loaf. And yeah, if you don't believe me, here's a loaf. It's Campfire Confection. So I am stocked up for now. And again, I can only warm about 30 to 40 regular sized clamshells, 5 ounces of things a month. So for me, it really does take me a long time to get through a loaf. So I have 2. I love this scent. So let me share why I love this so much. First of all, his sugar cookie dough. Sugar cookie dough bread is amazing. It is fantastic. I like it more blended than on its own, but in here, it's fantastic. You have to like smoky. It's not like burning your house down kind of smell. It's not like house on fire, but it is a smoky scent. It's not a fireside scent. It's smoky. It's campfire. So it does have the smokiness to it. It's so cozy and so beautiful to me. You have that sweet bakery scent, and then you've got the smokiness to it. So Campfire Confection is a love of mine. Hasn't been back in, I think, a year. So if I didn't already have a loaf and a bag, I would absolutely get that one, if that sounds good to you. So then Cozy Evenings. Cozy Evenings is Leaves, Beach Nights, and Comfort. I have a bag from last September, I believe. And this, I like this one a lot. So I will probably get another one of this. I'll have to count later, but I probably will. It's a leaves, but it's a sweet leaves. So it's not as, like, I do like Bath and Body Works leaves, but it's a little, it lacks a sweetness to it, if that makes sense. This has a sweetness to it, not overly sweet, but there's definitely, it's a little lighter than that, and I love the sweetness to it. So this is, it's the Beach Nights and the Comfort. And I think he mentioned on the live, if I remember correctly, Comfort has a little patchouli. So there is a pretty fragrance to this. It's very pretty. So if you like leaves, if you like his Beach Nights, and I think that's probably why it's the Beach Nights. That's also adding a bit of I don't want to say perfuminess, but sweetness, because there's the marshmallow in there and some other things. But I really like this. I am most likely going to get a brittle of that. So where's my yes pile? Putting them together. I'll put my yes pile over here. Then we have Cranberry Cookie Conundrum. This is, I believe Courtney asked for him to make some kind of a blend with cranberry. It says cranberry woods, vanilla birch, and sugar cookie royal. I'm so tempted. So this goes in my maybe. I should mark this somehow. I need to find a way to mark it. I might get this, and my only reason for might is I don't necessarily love cranberry woods. It's okay. Like, I like it, but it's not something I have to have. So I'm not sure, but I do love vanilla birch, and I'm loving birch more and more. So that one's definitely a maybe. It just sounds fantastic. And, I have to think about it. The other thing that I do too when I'm looking at lists is looking at what do I already have, even if it's from another vendor. Do I already have a lot of cranberry? I have a lot of fall scents too. So that's another thing. I have probably my collection of about 1,000 units of wax is, I'd probably say 75 to 80% fall and winter. So I don't even need fall scents. So I'm gonna think about that one. I'm tempted. Cupcake. Can I say this? Cupcake Caffeine Rush. This is Cupcakes at Tiffany's and Cali Coffee Bar. It's a new scent. I love his Cali Coffee Bar. I actually have that down in my kitchen. I have like 2 little snap bars left. That's a really fantastic on its own coffee scent. So this would be a good one. Not for me, because I just don't like Cupcakes at Tiffany's. Like, I've yet to find, I mean, it's got to be blended like really in the background for me not to get it. But again, I'm trying to be good. So so sometimes I like these easy outs. It's an easy out for me. I just not a fan of Cupcakes at Tiffany's, and that's my own personal preference. There are many people that love that scent. Lots of people that love that scent. So I'm not going to pick it, but that's why. So if you love Cupcakes at Tiffany's, I would say give it a try, because his Cali Coffee Bar, if you like coffee as well, is fantastic. Fall Delights. It's graham cracker crust and cheesecake allspice, caramel, cinnamon, and pumpkin. So Courtney had this one too, because I think she was talking about, what was this one? This one, she said the cheesecake is like a true cheesecake. It's not, I know sometimes I'm afraid of cheesecake, but she said it's like a really authentic cheesecake, which sounds fantastic. I love eating cheesecake. I don't necessarily like it in my wax. So for that reason, I'm going to skip it. It sounds fantastic. It sounds almost like like a pumpkin cheesecake type of scent with the cinnamon and the caramel and the, it sounds fantastic. But I have from another vendor something kind of similar, maybe without the cheesecake. That's why I'm skipping it. But otherwise, it sounds fantastic. Fireplace Cuddles, Chestnut, Smoky Woods, Vanilla Berries, Orange Blossom. This is a by the fireplace type. What was I gonna say? I am tempted by this. I am tempted by this, but I also have Treats by the Fireplace, which is a by the Fireplace blend. And this is fantastic. This is a loaf. I bought this in a loaf. That's how much I love it. So I think I might still get a brittle of it just to try it. But yeah, Treats by the Fireplace is fantastic. So I'm not sure. I might actually ask him a question on that one. But most likely I will get a brittle. But that's in my maybe, because I also am starting to accumulate a number of by the fireplace type of scents. Heavenly Whisper. This is cognac, cinnamon, hazelnut, vanilla, and praline and oakwood. It's new. If you watch the live, he did whisper that this is like Angel's Share. It's a scent that I enjoy in wax a lot. To be honest, in the perfume, it's pretty just on me. I don't like it on me personally wearing it, but I think it's a beautiful fragrance. And so I like it in wax. I did recently get it from 2 other vendors, but I want to try his because I'm loving, actually 3. Actually, I think I have 3. So I'll have to think about this because I do have this scent type from 3 different vendors, but I do really love this scent. So I will most likely get a brittle in this, and that is Heavenly Whisper. But if you are familiar with Angel Share perfume cologne, it's really, really pretty. And that cognac and that praline, and it's just perfect for fall. So most likely that is a yes. Hello, It's Me Fall. Yes, I'm like, I thought I had a loaf. Hello, It's Me Fall is apple cider donut, Palo Santo, and toasted mallow. So I have a loaf. So easy for me to say that's one less purchase, one less thing that I have to buy. But if I have a loaf, it's because I've smelled it before, or I went out on a limb because I was just going crazy last year. Absolutely crazy. Unhinged when it came to fall scents. This is, I know I did get this in a bag. I do remember getting this in a bag and I go, I have to have more. So I got it in a loaf. You have to like apple cider donut. So if you don't like that, then, you're going to get that. But this is to me such a perfect blend for that, that transition period from summer to fall when the weather is just starting to change and the apples are coming, and you get that apple cider and then you get the donut. So you get this bakery in there. I do really enjoy Knowles Palo Santo. I love Palo Santo. I love it. So you get that as well. It's sweet. It's sweet because of the apple cider. Not sweet, but it's got a sweetness to it. And then you get the creaminess from the toasted mallow. I love this scent. I've tried it, haven't dug into the loaf, but I will be absolutely chopping this up. I think this might be one of the first fall scents that I start melting. The apple cider donut is fantastic. But it's a beautiful blend. So that is Hello, It's Me Fall. Then we have Honey Spiced Pear, and you know what? I didn't realize I had this when we did the live, but I do. I have a sample of it, which I haven't warmed yet. So Honey Spiced Pear, it's pear, apple, honey, nutmeg, cinnamon, and lemon zest. So here is a sample of it. So I love that. He tends to, I think this is what he does a lot is, well, you know, create something new, send them out as samples, and then get some feedback and decides, you know, if he's going to do it. I love Pear. If you love Pear, you will love this. This is good. I can't believe it. I think I haven't warmed it because I'm a seasonal melter, and I'm like, Pear, I'll save that for the fall. This has it's very strong to me. Very strong pear. I do get the nutmeg as well, so it's got this fall spice to it. This is so good. Apple scares me. It does. Apple is in the background here. It's just kind of pushing the pear along to give it a little bit of a crispness, a little bit of a sweetness, but it's in the background. This is really the star is the pear. I get the pear and the nutmeg, and the honey is also in the background, but it's kind of adding this, making it smooth, if you know what I mean. It's not the first thing you're going to pick up, but it's adding a little sweetness to this. This is very good. Very, very good. What am I waiting for? I should just warm this, shouldn't I? I should warm this tonight. Honey spiced pear. So I'm glad. Thank you for giving me the sample, because now I'm like, yes, I think I need this. So we'll put that in the yes pile. Okay. Hoodie season. Hoodie season is spiced pumpkin, cranberry, and juicy apple. I got this last year. I do remember having this one. I liked it, but you have to like apple. And for me, it was too much of an apple scent for me. It's a juicy apple. It's pretty. Like I said, I liked it, but it's not a must-have for me. But yeah, I think the apple in there was fairly dominant from what I remember. Okay, then let's see. I Bet You Think About Me, Cali Coffee Bar, Sugar Cookie Dough, and Palo Santo. Yes, this was, I think, made its debut during the Kaylee's version pre-order at the beginning of the year. Can you believe I've not warmed this yet? I haven't actually warmed this because, like I said, I have a lot of coffee scents, but I'm telling you, if I didn't have this and a friend of mine had it and let me sniff it, I would say, oh my gosh, I have to have this. I would. It's so good. His Cali Coffee Bar to me is got a creaminess to it. It's like coffee or espresso with a little cream and sugar. That's how it smells like to me. And it's so good. It's so dang good. And of course, I love his sugar cookie dough bread. We've talked about that already. And then Palo Santo. So this has all the things that I love. If you like coffee, I think if you've liked coffee, you've purchased this from a previous pre-order, and here it is again in case you missed it. It's a really fantastic scent. So that is I Bet You Think About Me. All right, where am I? Oh, okay. Next one is Jack's Nightmare. It is apple, clove, and cinnamon. It is new, and yeah, we talked about this. If you're familiar with Scentsi's Jack's Obsession, that's what it is. For the most part, I love that scent, and I am not an apple girl. I've mentioned that before, but I believe Scentsy says it's green apple, but it's not tart. It's sweet. Or it's not sweet, but it's not a tart green apple. It's not a Mac apple. It's just a great apple cinnamon scent. So, excuse me, I gotta readjust here. So, I was probably gonna pull it. I know that I have another vendor that also started doing that last year. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you haven't tried Jack's Obsession and you've heard about it, or you forgot to club it because, you didn't, or you thought it was going to come back and you miss it, I would recommend getting Jack's Nightmare, just because Chris, I think, got a sample of it on the live. She said so, and maybe Summer did as well. And they both said they did a, kind of head-to-head test, and it's spot on. So Jack's Nightmare, I am going to, I think I'm going to skip it only because I do have a bar of that. It's in my club right now. And I have two other scents that are that. And last fall, I only warmed Jack's Obsession once just because I have so much wax. So again, part of this is trying to, you know what they say, if you have too much of something, you just can't truly enjoy it. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Because there's just so much, you can't enjoy just the few things you have. But I would say if I didn't have those already, I would definitely get this, no brainer for me, because I absolutely love that scent. But that was Jack's Nightmare. Then Leaf It to Fig. It's leaves and harvest fig. From what I recall that Travis said was this is more of a Bath & Body Works leaves versus the Autumn on the Farm leaves, which no, wasn't Autumn on the Farm. Where was it? Where was it? Cozy Evenings versus the Cozy Evenings, which is a little sweeter. So this sounds interesting because to me, that's such a traditional fall scent is that leaves. I used to buy a leaves candle like every fall from Bath & Body Works. And I do like fig. So this is more of an earthy type of scent. I know I'm not helping you, huh? Like I haven't fully made up my mind, but I'm pretty sure that's going to fall on my yes list. I have to go back and count and then we'll do that. We'll do that at the end of the video. So that's most likely a yes because those scents. Lemon cream crumble. It's fresh lemon, graham cracker crust, sugar, brown sugar, heavy cream, powdered sugar. So at the top of the live, I think Summer, who's in the chat, asked him what his favorite from the list was. And he said this was, I love Lemon Bakery. I have so much Lemon Bakery. It doesn't stop me from buying Lemon Bakery. And he said that this was not the lemon in Fearless. The lemon in his scent Fearless from earlier in the year was like super strong lemon. I forgot the other lemon scent that was in that same pre-order because I got both. I got Fearless and I got what that other one was. And I think I've used up that other one. It was, I love them both. But that other more bakery one where the lemon wasn't as, in your face, I used up. And so I'm going to say yes to this. That's Lemon Cream Crumble because I love Lemon Bakery. And next is Pumpkin Pie Pound Cake. I probably went through a bag or two and then got a loaf. He offered it he's offered it since I've purchased it. This was back in September. This is back in September that I got this loaf, and I cannot speak. What's the phrase I'm trying to say? I cannot recommend this more. Wait. Does that sound right? Yes. Highly recommend this scent. If you like pumpkin. If you don't like pumpkin, then, this is pumpkin. It's a pumpkin pie pound cake. It's so unique, though. It's not pumpkin guts or anything like that. It is a pumpkin bakery scent. Oh, it's decadent and delicious. And this throws, I already mentioned the story in the live, so I won't repeat it, but this will stick to you and it smells fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This was one of the first scents that, because when I, as someone who has a channel, I do care. I am honest because I don't want someone, my fear is that I'm going to say, oh, you have to get this. And then people spend money on it and say, this is, ew. Like, well, I wouldn't say you have to go get it, but people have different scent preferences. And so I was always afraid of like with absolute, like you have to try this. Unless I feel like you will universally love something. Because I'm just worried that someone would be like, ooh, because I love something and maybe you don't. But you have to know whether you like pumpkin or not. So that's, kind of know thyself. But this is one of the first ones where I just went out there on the top of the mountain and said, this is so good. So pumpkin pie pound cake, doing it again. If you like pumpkin and you like a pumpkin bakery scent, highly recommend that one. All right, Saturday Farmers Market, apple, fruit, citrus, zest, and vanilla. apple, fruit, citrus zest, vanilla, and cream. Saturday Farmer's Market. I don't know why I had trouble with that. So this one was one last year I skipped on because of the apple and then the fruit. I'm like, well, what kind of fruit is it? So I skipped on it. And my friend Lisa, we come over and we share hauls and we give each other stuff. And she came over and she had purchased this one. I'm like, oh, I didn't get that one. Let me smell it. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And ever since then, I was really hoping it was going to come back, and it is. So that's a yes. I really enjoyed it. From someone who doesn't love apple, I think it was a pretty apple. It was just, I can't remember because it was like a year ago. I just remember that I put it in my phone as a note, Saturday Farmer's Market. And I don't always do that, even though there's lots of things that mentally I'm trying to remember to buy, but I actually have it on my phone as a note. Do not forget to get this if it comes back. So Saturday Farmer's Market is a yes. Sweet Serenity, red currant, green tea, honey, peach, cacao, and sandalwood. It sounds beautiful. I forgot how he described it again. I recommend, if you haven't seen the live, to go do it to get specifics. This is more of my mental, am I buying it or not? I think I'm going to skip on this one only because, although it sounds intriguing, I'm loving things with honey and stuff, but I have to make a cut somewhere. And it sounds interesting, but I think it's just, I'm not gravitating it completely. So I'm just going to skip it just to make it easier on me. Because the next one, I cannot skip. The next one is Velvet Dawn. It's jasmine, saffron, fir, cedar, and amber. All those notes together make a similar Baccarat Rouge type of scent. I love that perfume. I have a dupe of it because the original is over $300 or something like that. It's a fantastic perfume. I don't have too many wax blends with it. I know I have one from L3, I think, but it's blended with something else. I know Scentsy has kind of their kind of version of it. If you're not familiar with Baccarat Rouge, some people say that Ariana Grande's Cloud, forget the name of the perfume, is similar. There's tons of perfumes actually that started to make their own version of it or a similar version to it because it just became such a popular fragrance. As Travis did say on the live, some people cannot smell saffron, and that is true of the perfume as well. It's just, if you can't smell it, you can't smell it. And I know some people also think that they get like a dental office type of scent to it, or an ashtray type of scent to it. I do not. I did on a Scentsy bar after it had cured for a long time, but when I first smelled it, I did not. So that's not typically something I pick up when I smell Baccarat Rouge. So I'm definitely getting this. That was a long-winded version of saying I'm definitely getting this because I love that scent. It's a perfumey, fantastic, I think, for the bedroom type of scent. Okay, let's move on here to Whimsical Waffle, pecan pumpkin waffle, birthday cake, warm vanilla sugar. I am going, and this is a new one, I'm going to skip this one because I have so much pumpkin. Just here. Here alone, I have like 2 loaves of pumpkin, and then, I have so much pumpkin. So I'm just going to skip it. But yeah, if you're just getting into fall scents and you're diving into vendor wax, he's got a great pumpkin, and his pumpkin pecan waffle is really nice because I have that. I know I have that. I've even from Knowles, I have like pumpkin. I have other pumpkin scents, so I'm going to skip it for that reason. Moving on to Woodland Apple, Mac Apple, roasted pine cones. This, I think, was offered last year, if I remember correctly. I want to say my friend picked this one up as well, because I have smelled it. It's Mac Apple and roasted pine cones. For that reason, just because it's Mac Apple, I'm out. That's the only reason. So Wonderland Whimsy, moving on. This is almond macaron, vanilla cupcakes, vanilla icing, lavender tea. This was formerly known as Mad Tea Party. I have a loaf, or I had a loaf, it's just chopped up, but that is Mad Tea Party. So I have about a little more than half a loaf left. I love this scent. It is It's very strong. It's a great performer. It's a tea and cakes type of blend. So if you like tea and cakes, this is a fantastic one. Really, really pretty. Great performer. I love this scent. This was one of the first ones where I hadn't really tried tea and cakes, and I wasn't planning on getting it. And I do remember Travis just in his Facebook group saying, I think you'd like that one. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it. And I'm so glad I did, because I got a bar of it and I said, this is fantastic. I went back, and when I saw it again, got a loaf. So Mad Tea Party, highly recommend it if you like those tea and cakes type of blend. It does say there's lavender tea in here. When I warm it, I don't really pick up on the lavender. So if you're like getting this thinking, oh, I love lavender, it's really more tea and cakes than it is lavender, but still, it's fantastic. So that is now called Wonderland Whimsy, formerly Mad Tea Party. So that is the pre-order list. Now he's got candles that he's offering as well. I do want to try a candle, even though I'm not really a candle person anymore, but I love candles. I love candles, but I don't burn them as often. But I really do want to try his candles because I'm curious. So I do want to try one. So the scents and candles are Fall Leaves, which is green stems, lemon, cedar, leaves, pine, and spiced fruits. I'm like, okay. Hollow inside is orange rind, pumpkin, and nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, patchouli, and vanilla. I think that might be the one I'm going to get, because I'm only going to get one, so I have to decide which one. Pecan pumpkin waffle. So we know what that smells like. Then the other one is Trick and Treats. It's mulled oranges, blackberry, clove, cinnamon, vanilla, pine, and sandalwood. That sounds really nice too. Spellbound is clove, ginger, cinnamon, fig, jasmine, lily, nutmeg, peppercorn, cedar, patchouli, and sandalwood. And that one sounds really good too. Oh gosh, I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with my initial gut here and go with hollow inside, I think. But if not, if for whatever reason, because he's limited on those as well, they just take longer to make. So if not, then I would probably do Spellbound and then Trick or Treats, kind of in that order of like backups. So that I come away with a candle at least. So that is my kind of going through the list. Let me count now where I'm at. All right, I think I'm back. I think I've got it. And I think I got my list to a pretty decent size. Autumn on the Farm. I think I'm going to use what I've got, because again, I've pumpkin coming out of my ears. So, and I'm going to still buy some pumpkin. So I think it's fantastic though, because I love clove. So if you love clove, great. I think I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to get another thing of Beach Evenings because I love that scent so much. Then, so that's one, Beach Evenings. Then I'm going to I already have some of these, so that's fantastic. I am going to do another Cozy Evenings because I love that. And then I can use up this bag and then feel like I have backup. So that's two. Then I'm going to do Heavenly Whisper because I'm just really loving those scents and I want to try his. I have a loaf of Hello, It's Me Fall. Honey Spice Pear, that makes it 4. Lemon cream crumble is 5. Saturday Farmer's Market is 6. Velvet Dawn is 7. Got it down to 7. Now I just have to remember what the hell I just said. And then a candle. So that's what I was hoping to do because I don't like feeling overwhelmed. And I mean, half of this is on the floor. Okay. This is all the Knowles. This is not even all of it. There's half on the floor and a box of it. So I think that's it. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm glad that I have some of these already. So I feel like I already purchased them and I can enjoy them this fall. But I'm also glad they're back for many of you that had heard about these and then, didn't get a chance to buy them the first time around or wasn't even familiar with Knowles Farm Scents a year ago. So I'm happy that he's offering them again. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to try to do this when I have time. I know these are time consuming to pull everything out, but I like to do these for my own sanity, and I'm very happy where I ended up. So thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.